Hello and welcome back. I'm Angela and I have a tarot reading for you today as per usual. I'm still using the Red Hand Tarot. I've never really done the whole like a deck of the month kind of thing. I tend to just kind of go with the flow, and when I go to use a deck for some whatever purpose I'm pulling for, I kind of let the decks talk to me and which deck wants to be used. This deck, however, has come forward as a use me all month kind of thing. So, I will not quit saying the deck is made by Pixel Occult on Instagram, also pixeloccult.com, and his decks are just beautiful. I adore them. They're definitely in my favorites out of my collection. So what did I draw for us today? Well, I drew the Queen of Swords, which piqued my interest because that's my card. I drew Fortune, and I drew Three of Pentacles. So, what does this mean for us? It means that this will not last forever. To me, this reading comes across as being about the current turmoil in the U.S., the fear surrounding Donald Trump going to be back in office in January, the confusion, the anger, the hurt, because we're all dealing with things like learning friends and family may not be who we thought they were. I'm not going to get into the politics. It's a moral difference, though. It's not just a difference of opinion. It's a moral difference when one side wants to take away rights of minorities, whether it's by race, gender, religion, anything. But this will not last forever, okay? The wheel's turning, it doesn't stop, it just keeps turning. So there's going to be periods of dark, periods of light, and it's just going to keep on spinning. It just is. That's the way our world is. We just cycle through over and over again. Hopefully learning after the periods of dark, so that maybe the next one isn't so bad. But it's like a pendulum swinging. Slowly, but a pendulum swinging, You've got middle ground where it's kind of good, kind of bad, And then you swing over to bad, and then at some point you swing back over to good, and sometimes you're in the middle. The world goes through cycles. And my hope is that the younger generations are going to look at all of the things we have all dealt with over our lives prior to them and say, no, we will not continue this. We will not continue to treat people as if they are objects that don't matter one bit to us. We will not work for shitty pay while we're being yelled at by shitty customers and a shitty manager. We will not do what earlier generations did, where they worked themselves to the bone for the same company for 40 plus years and brag about how they never took a vacation day. To the newer generations, that's not a brag. Because let me tell you something, small companies, still today, there are some small companies who actually care about their employees. But if you're working for a corporate company of any size, They do not give a shit about you. They absolutely do not. They would replace you in a heartbeat. So do not give them all of your life. Because I assure you they would not do the same for you. And I think the younger generation coming in is standing up for this shit. I think Gen X, very jaded. Very jaded. And I understand, because I'm a baby Gen X. And then millennials, I am a elder millennial. I'm on one of those years that's like right on the cusp, and I definitely identify with both generations. I think millennials were the first ones that started going, wait, is this what life is? This is what it is? We just work ourselves to death? Don't ever get to take a vacation? Don't ever get to buy a house? Gotta live with our parents? And now I believe Gen Z and Gen Alpha, I don't know how old Gen Alpha is right now. Are they still children? Unsure. Hang on. Google to the rescue. Gen Alpha. Okay. Gen Alpha is typically between 2013 and 2025. Okay, so they're still children. So they're probably not doing anything yet. But I still believe as they grow up, we're just going to be getting rid of more and more and more of this shit. I hope to God they can turn our country around where it's not so much about greed. That is the basis of our issues, is greed and lack of empathy. Okay, let me get off my soapbox. Hang on, let me step down. So, the Queen in this reading, the Queen of Swords, she has wisdom and intellect, and she's very discerning. She, being wise and intelligent, before she has a plan to do something, she wants to know more about the something, alright? So she's gonna research. She's gonna look, excuse me, she's gonna look for facts that explain to her, exactly what this is. I can't think of the word, guys. My brain fogs sometimes. Unbiased. She's going to look for unbiased sources and make her own determination on what the situation is, and what she feels that she has enough information, then she'll make a plan to fix it, to change it, whatever it is that's needed at that time. And then she follows through. She does the work to follow through on her plan. So, I think right now there's a lot of fear and anger, and that can make us not be so wise and discerning. Because if you're reacting out of an emotion, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But you may not have all the information, you may not be able to even really get your brain to work clearly on what should you do and to make a plan. So we need to try to move through the emotion, experience it, because it's there. Don't, hide it. It's there. Move through it and get to that place of wisdom where you can start doing research on what in particular you can do. So if your passion is helping the homeless, that's my mom, then put some time into researching places around your city that have to do with helping the homeless. Maybe places that feed them, places that house them. See if you can volunteer and do something to help. Do your research. Make sure whatever organization you're going to work with, make sure they're good. Make sure they actually use the money like they should, for example. These are the kinds of things that the Queen of Swords is going to do. If your passion is more about women and women having a right to say what's going on in their own body and things along that lines, that's mine. Look for organizations that are going to help fight for women. I haven't spent much time looking around yet, but I was recently turned on to an organization called Ultraviolet that is about women's issues. The word issues makes me laugh, to be honest. But anyway, Ultraviolet. They seem to be good. I have not researched them fully. I do have one of their events coming up in my area that I'm going to go to. It's in January of next month. And meanwhile, I'm going to do more research on them. So whatever shitty thing is happening right now that you are passionate about, get your brain working, get your discernment and your wisdom and your intelligence going, and find a way you can help. And then once you find a way you can help, follow through and do it. Okay? That's what we need to do. For one thing, it can make us feel a little more in control, right? Because what's happening politically in the US, it's very easy to just feel like, well, I don't have any power to do anything. Like, I hate that it's happening, but I don't feel any, I don't really have any way to do something about it. I vote, I do what I can that way, but, and so it can just feel very disempowering, right? That you have nothing you can do about it. So that's when you take the time, do your research, and find places that are doing that are helping the community you want to help, whether that's children, homeless, the black community, the immigrants, refugees, whoever it may be that you're feeling that you should, try to do something. And then put your plan in place and do it. Follow through. Okay? I know I was a little rambly today. I apologize. I'm actually very exhausted. So, I still got it out today, though. So, we're doing good. Alright. Well, I apologize. This is a longer one. But I'll let you go now. So thank you so much for joining me. Please feel free to share in the comments your thoughts, what you're looking into, ask questions if there's something you want to get involved with, and you want to ask in the comments for some suggestions on like what organizations to talk to. Definitely leave that in the comments, and if nothing else, I will do some research for you. Okay? I love you all, and yes, I can love you without even knowing you. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you in the next one. Bye.